Oops. Looks like I accidentally started live today instead of going back to the start screen. Oopsie daisy. But hello and welcome all my lovely stars. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I am Elowen of Elowen Wright, and today I really am going to try to finish The Changeling. No, for real this time. Like, for real, not for play. You know, I worked on it yesterday, and I got a lot done yesterday, and I totally got distracted, but that's okay, because, you know, I had a lot of fun. Had a good time conversing with people, and that's honestly why I'm here. It's always nice to get work done, but it's always nicer to chat with people. I do post on Patreon, I post on Discord. I have my Discord link actually set up for once. It's in the chat. I'm going to pin it. I do have books on Amazon. I will be doing the Blueberry Arts Fest in Ketchikan in just under 2 weeks on the 1st of August. Hi, Mars. Mars has decided to bless the stream with her presence and with her attempts to steal my water. Stop trying to steal my water, you weirdo. And yeah, we're gonna get into it. I'm not going to be doing, sadly, I will not be doing my Z-type startup. That's just honestly, genuinely the easiest way to make sure my stream opens in the right place is to use, don't tell my cat to steal the water, she's going to do it. Yeah. So, once again, we're going to do 4 25-minute sprints. Oh, and now you want to give the kitty a treat? You want to give this terrible betrayer a treat? I see how it is. See, this is how you know everybody loves you. They want to give you treats. Okay, and this time, Mars, my dear Mars, you are not allowed to lay down on my laptop at all. Because it may have been very cute, but it was very stressful. Okay? Got it? Understood? Yeah. So as I was saying, yes, goal for today is to finish off this draft of The Changeling. I would really like to be done with it so I can get someone to beta read it. And maybe get some work, like good work done. We're starting off at 17,194 words. There we go. Words are real. Numbers are real. I can use real numbers with my real words. Today you also, in addition to the music, you can probably hear it off my mic, but I've got the window open. Because it is unbearably hot for Alaska. It is overzealously warm, outrageously warm, unstandably warm. I forgot to take pain meds before I start stream, so I'm going to take those now. It is I can't say unprecedentedly warm, because it's been warmer than this. But it has been ridiculously warm today at a whole, 73 degrees. And that is just too much for my poor heart to handle. I have literally been running around the house not doing anything because it's too warm for shit. I will be right back. I just realized I left my blankets out on the porch to dry. Oops. I will be right back. Hi, Pretty Mar. Do not tell. You know what? For that, I'm taking the water away so she can't steal it. Y'all are all bad influences. I gotta go grab my blankets. returned. The blankets were safely saved. Oh, man. Yeah, it's a beautiful day, so I was like, I know, I'll do laundry. And I'll put my blankets out on the railing to dry. So they'll be like, they'll last longer and they'll get like warmed by the sun and dry naturally. And this is why I'm not good at housework. I forget to do things. Like bring the laundry inside before nighttime. I mean, the sunset's happening soon. When is sunset today? Also, so many bugs have broken into my house tonight. That was not what I said. I don't care about Juno. I care about here. I don't care about averages. I care about today. Okay, so I've got like 40 minutes until the sunset. So like I'm doing pretty decent. I just remembered to bring them in before it was sunset completely. Yeah, it is exactly 70 degrees here. And let me tell you, it feels like so hot. I'm not used to these temperatures. Invite people, so I guess it's just me unless someone else figures out how to join. But yeah, there's so many bugs in my room. I am living with my fate. I have accepted my fate. Mars has wandered off, probably startled. Okay, but yes, now that I'm back, now that blankets are inside, now that everything's arranged, now that my docs are open to the correct documents, now the camera is on and showing the space that will inevitably be filled with cats later, I'm ready to write. So once again, we're doing 4 sprints of 25 minutes. These nails have lasted really long. Oh, I didn't get to show off my... Man, the ADHD is ADHDing today, huh? I didn't get to show off my nails today. Or when I did them, so I can show them off now, and they still look pretty good, so, you know, I can show them off and be proud. But... So, like, Tabby has been obsessed with Project Hail Mary, and we were talking about how to do, like, the Petrova line. And I was like, I don't want to just do a black line across my nails. It's kind of boring. Get your face out of my water. It's just kind of boring, right? So, brainstorming, and I was like, I know. So, I've got... It's a little bit harder to tell, but... So, this is supposed to be the sun, and this is supposed to be Venus. And this is... Hold on, there we go. Getting closer. This is space, and then on the very edge of my nails is a red that is supposed to be the Petrova line, because it's supposed to be it like when it's all lit up. Which it's so hard to tell, just because of the nature of shiny nails. But I feel very proud of it, and I'm having sensory issues with it a little bit. Because it's hard to tell, but there's a raised ridge, basically, where the sparkly nail polish is on the edge of my nails, which I painted all over all of it with a clear coat. So it's at least, like, you know, like the glitter's not coming off my nails. Hi, Mars. I know. Mars is screaming, pet the cat. But there's still, like, this ridge on the edge of my nails, and I keep, like, feeling it, and my brain goes, So, although this nail polish has lasted a really long time, for me, at least, several days, I'm very hard on my nails. There's a reason why I paint them. It is giving me sensory issues, so I want to change it soon. But now I know globbing on the paint extra thick at the end of the nails seems to help it last a while. Hello, pretty. So yeah, here are my Project Hail Mary themed nails. I'm very proud of them. They look honestly pretty good. Like they're a little I will admit amateurish because I'm an amateur. But I'm honestly pretty happy with how they turned out, even if they're a little bit hard to, get. I should have done the line on the edge of my thumb, on the edges of my thumb and on my pinkies, just to fully indicate it. But honestly, I was getting it on there and then I was like, I'm done. I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go to bed. So yeah. Now that I am not distracted by my nails anymore and distracted by the things around me, we're gonna get started sprinting for realsies this time. And we're gonna pet the cat, because the cat desperately wants to be pet. Oh, purr, purr, purr. I know you guys can't actually hear her purr, but she's purring pretty hard right now. If she's purring hard enough that I can hear her through my headphones, then she's purring pretty hard. You're so pretty. You're so nice. You're so sweet. Someone has joined me. Who's joined me? Patho? I don't know who Patho is. That's exciting. Cat, you're making me look like a weirdo. Okay. 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 We're gonna start the time for real. Mars, you keep distracting me. You're a wonderful cat and a wonderful distraction. We're gonna get started now. In 3, 2, 1, go time. Good luck, everyone. And we're gonna take a quick look at Parfo because all I saw was blue. Oh, I like their outfit. Okay, but I wanna go so you can see the lighthouse in the background. Definitely not hinting at a project I might work on after the Changeling. Nope, nope, nope. Alright folks, remember, do your best, and the question of the day, what is the best horror trope? I'm gonna end up having to do the thing where I have to do voice to text because you refuse to stop being a baby. Is that what's going to happen today? You're going to keep being baby, and I'm just going to not get anything done until I give up and do voice to text? Little sneeze. Little itty bitty baby sneeze. What if I gently cup your head? How would you feel about that? Can I just do this? Oh, you don't know how you feel about. Oh no, you just want to rub your hands against your face against my hands. Also, since I'm distracted by cat, I got this book the last time I was traveling. It is Max Brooks' Devolution. Devolution? I think it's Devolution. Because Devolution sounds right. Oh, yes, rub your face against book. Show how much you love book. And it is the tagline, if you can't read it, is a first-hand account of the Rainier Sasquatch Massacre. Now, as someone who has friends who live around Mount Rainier, as someone who has grown up in the Pacific Northwest, and as someone who, once I listened to the audiobook of World War Z, really enjoyed it, I'm so curious. I am so curious. It's Devolution, Max Brooks. Devolution. But I am so curious, and I can't wait to read it. So I'm going to do my best to speed read it over the next week or two. And I will give you guys an update on it. Rub it in the face. Rub it in the face. Rub it in the face. But I will warn you guys, I'm gonna Sorry, I'm tormenting my cat now. We're making her look like a triangle. I am gonna give my Patreon peeps a earlier view of my thoughts of the book. So if you wanna, I do have a free tier also on my Patreon. So if you want to head over to my Patreon and see like my book reviews and stuff, you totally should. I also will put out monthly chapters of different books. Usually, I'll start before the books officially go on sale. And then keep it up after. And then chapters are taken down and put into a book, and then only way to read them is in book. Mars, you have chosen to be menace. I have to type. I don't know why I'm Russian. But I have to type. You cannot keep distracting. You can't. It is a no. Also, you were getting... Trying to get the fur off my computer. I'm not chasing you away. I'm trying to chase your fur away. There's so much fur. Why are you shedding so suddenly? I literally can see so little on my screen because Mars is sitting right in front of where the document is open on my computer. Hello? Are you lurking around creepily down there? They are, I can hear them. Don't know who it is, but can confirm the lurking is happening and it is creepy. It doth go well. About halfway through the first sprint, I'm getting some writing done. Mars has decided to abscond without breaking my computer this time. But I'm sure she'll be back. And oh, you missed my cute nails. I did them Project Hail Mary themed. It's a little bit hard to tell, but there's a red line on the end of the nails. That's the Petrova line. And then hold on, there you go. And then my thumb and pinky are the sun and Venus. So I feel like a delightful nerd with my incredibly nerdy nails. But they're giving me sensory issues, so they're gonna have to go soon. Thank you. I've actually... Ooh, absolutely. Yeah, if you want to share, please share. That's exactly the kind of solid information you're looking for. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I wasn't tired 5 minutes ago, and just the sun went down, it's suddenly a livable temperature, and I'm tired. Oh, like, I can actually feel the cool breeze coming through the window now instead of just a breeze. Are you in the Discord server? Oh, you know what? You can send me a whisper. Send it to me in a whisper. That just popped up as Fidget has arrived. Are you on a phone or a computer? Computer. Okay. So, I believe if you're looking at my name and the title of the stream, there should be, let's see, should be a link somewhere. Yeah, you can go up into the whispers and then you should be able to just look for me. Yeah. It'll be the little notification looking thing up at the top, and then you should be able to type in my user, and I should be the first one who pops up if you type Elowen Writes, and then you can just send it that way. Surprisingly, there's multiple other people named Elowen. Which is wild, because when I was 16, I googled how many other people were named Elowen out there, and there were like 100 people total, and most of them only had Elowen as a middle name, or it was spelled differently from my name. And now I'm 20-something. 26, and it's frickin' everywhere. But that does make me kind of glad that I didn't try to go with just Elowen as my username originally, because I feel like I would have been disappointed. I instead chose to go with Elowen Writes, because I figured, writing career and all that jazz. So I was not disappointed, and in fact found it. Well, my dad says he was a teenager when he dreamed my name. Fidget, that is a cute outfit. And then my name is actually the same as a Welsh king. The last Welsh king, I believe. What? I'm totally focusing. I'm not totally focusing. Is the focus in the building with us? Yes, yes. Hydrate, don't hydrate. It's Monday. I still don't have to work tomorrow. Tomorrow is my day off. I get to rest and sleep in and not do anything because it will continue to be unbearably hot. Huzzah. Like, is it just not letting you send the message? Yeah, go ahead and post the title. I'm sure I can find it from that. I'm sorry, that was my back popping. That was really loud. Amazing. Also, I finally had some little birds coming back to my window. I've got a bird feeder right outside my window that I set up this spring, and I didn't have any little birds for a while, and I was worried about it. But then today I had 3 different little birds, and I'm very excited about that because I miss my little birds. I spent a lot of money getting the permits to film through that old fort. Good to know. Also exciting. I can't wait to watch it. I'll have to wait to watch it till after the stream. But yeah, this is super exciting. Thank you for taking the time to share this with me and to share all of this cool information with me. I super appreciate it, and I'm super excited to learn more and research more. I wonder if the cover of Devolution is what originally gave me the idea for the cover of The Changeling. Because I can't remember which I thought of first. Right. Now, a quick 5-minute break. They have 5 minutes to rest and reconvene and to think. Let's see. Chicken or egg? Chicken. I'm just generally not a big fan of eggs. How about you? Which would you choose? Although, to go back in line with my question of the day, I do love when a horror will take a few seconds to make something a joke. And which came first, the chicken or the egg, I don't know, but that thing sure as hell doesn't look like any chicken I've seen, is one of my favorite jokes, and I've seen it. Either or, depending on how well it's cooked. Meh, that makes sense. But the joke about whatever the hell it is not looking like a chicken is one of my favorites. I've heard it, I want to say, in at least a handful of different B movies. Can't tell you off the top of my head which ones, but it's such a good joke. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of eggs unless they're, like, super well cooked and have, like, a little bit of cheese or something in them, too. But, chicken. It's very hard to go wrong with chicken. Not to say it's impossible, but it is hard. As long as you cook it all the way through, I should preface. I've seen too many people making medium chicken or medium rare chicken, and it's, oh god, it's pink, and ugh. It's so gross. It's so gross. Yeah, no, that sounds awful. There we go. I know how to do this, right? I'm sure I know how to do this. I do not know how to do this. Please hold while I relearn how to do this. Bottom left. There we go. I was right. I was just looking at the wrong portion of the screen. There we go. Yes. Join it. Join my sprint. I mean, I understand that boiled chicken is, like, the most economical way to make chicken, but at the same time, like, salt? Please? Rosemary? Literally any spice? Please, for the love of God, add some spice? Like, I've heard all of the jokes about white people, but, I mean, come on, guys, we can do better than that. Yeah, there we go. British food in a nutshell. I saw somebody's video about how British people were discovering how good food in other countries were, or is. And my immediate thought was, oh god, we gotta be careful or else the British are gonna remember why they invaded most of the known world. Yeah, I'll believe it. The British people did travel to a lot of places for their food and spice and all of that. And then I swear to God, they took it all home and they immediately went, yucky, ew, and they stopped using it. Which I'm sure is, like, a whole bunch of history I'm not aware of. Should not let them discover ranch dressing. Right? They'll somehow make it worse. Also, fun fact, ranch dressing was actually originally invented up here in Alaska. And it was actually originally invented to cook salmon with. It just happened to also be a really good dip. In Wigan, it's as good as ranch. But yeah, like, you get the chicken, you get the little fillet of it, and you just slather it in ranch, and then you cook it like you would normally cook salmon, and you get, like, perfectly seasoned salmon that's moist and delicious. So good. God, I gotta remember to go salmon fishing this summer. I need some salmon. I'm having cravings. And it's too expensive. Everything's too expensive. But yes, salmon. Fried spiced salmon, fresh pita bread with rice salad and tartar sauce tomorrow. That sounds so good. Also, not gonna lie, the rice salad with tartar sauce is how my family usually eats halibut. Or we eat halibut as lightly fried fish fillets. I'm so glad I didn't stutter over that. I was all like, I could say it, and I was like, oh shit, if I mess up the pronunciation, I'm never gonna live this down, but I said it correctly, y'all. But yeah. Oh man, you can't go wrong with lightly fried fish fillets. Yeah, my mom is from the South originally, and she is not a big fish person, which makes sense, because she lived in a very landlocked area, and you do not trust fish that you did not fish yourself if you live in a landlocked area. So she is not a big fan of fish in general, but my dad and I love fish. And it's got, it's full of things that are good for you, especially if you live somewhere that's dark a lot of the year. Oh man, halibut is so good, salmon is so good, and I'm not a big herring person, but man, when they have the herring eggs, it's so good. The horrors of gas station sushi, right? You know what's funny is one of the best places to get sushi here in town is actually a gas station. They have somebody who brings it in fresh every morning, but it's also like, dude. Although we've got so many places that do amazing sushi here. God, I want sushi. I should just go pick up some sushi. Maybe after work on Wednesday. I fucking love sushi. I mean, it's hard to quantify because I don't know, like, what prices for a lot of things are down south, so I don't know what's, like, crazy expensive for us that isn't expensive for you guys. Krispy Kremes. That I can guarantee you is pretty dang expensive. There was a couple of girls who went to the local high school, and what they would do is, we don't have a Krispy Kreme up here. We don't have most fast food places. We pay insane prices. But this girl, her uncle worked for the airline, so as a way of doing, like, getting funding for, I think it was cheerleading. It might have been something else, but I'm pretty sure it was cheerleading or soccer. As a way to do funding, they would take people's Krispy Kreme orders and pick it up and fly it up to Ketchikan. And that was how they did most of their funding for their group. And that was probably the most expensive Krispy Kreme, because it was so much per box, but it was so worth it. God, I miss Krispy Kreme. I forgot to get some the last 2 times I went down south. Like, that's, my dad wants Taco Bell. Me, I want Krispy Kreme. That is the only thing I want when I'm traveling. I'm drooling a little thinking about it right now. This is ridiculous. God, I love Krispy Kreme. Like, we have people that make donuts up here. It's just not as good, though. I've been completely distracted by the idea of Krispy Kreme for several minutes now. But yeah, we got loads of stuff that's expensive up here. God, gas was like $5.45. U.S. island territories and the high deserts. So you flew to a lot of very dry places. Yeah, it is. I literally live in the place that gets the most rain of any populated place in the world. We get 10 to 12 feet per year of rain, although we've had years before where we got 14 feet of rain. And the reason I say populated is because there's a tiny island off the coast of Hawaii that gets 2 inches more rain than average than us, which is BS, because people live here. People don't live on that island in Hawaii. We're from an archipelago. Yeah. No, that makes sense. I mean, archipelagos are how you get a lot of people who live in weird places. I am super curious which archipelago, but, you know, there's a lot of them. God, I miss Krispy Kreme. Also, I am running off of a killer headache today. The Philippines. That makes sense. We actually have a huge Filipino population here in town. Like, it's literally like a third of the population. Yeah. So many islands. There was actually a lady who used to work at the hospital with my mom back when my mom still worked at the hospital. And she would do, like, under the table pancit making. And she would, you would pay her like $10 for pancit, and she would bring you like a box, like huge box of pancit the next day, and it's so good. So many people here love pancit. Take after our seafaring ancestry, travel everywhere. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I am always surprised when someone I know is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go travel for a while. I'm gonna go visit family back home. You know, back where my parents grew up. And I'm all like, oh, that's cool. Where? And they're like, the Philippines. We're gonna be there for like a year. And it surprises me every time it's happened, but it's happened so many times I shouldn't be surprised anymore. And every time I'm surprised. I need to reach out to Fodan, see how he's doing. Yeah, see, that's why a lot of people go back. But that's exciting. Hopefully that goes well for you and you enjoy your time there. How's the saying go? Good luck, have fun, don't die. Well, at least you'll get to be in the one place in the entire country where it can snow. I mean, that should be fun, right? And I consider myself very fortunate to live in the part of Alaska where it actually snows less than the rest of the state and significant portions of the country. Yeah, that's about how I feel, honestly. I am always happy when I don't have to shovel it. Well, that's pretty cool. Pine trees and snow and waterfalls. More the wild boars and other tropic animals, that is. Yeah. That's part of what makes it fun, though, you know? I am and always will be so glad I don't have wild boars where I live. I mean, I got bears, and I know they're bad, but I feel like boars are worse, because if you go, oh, I'm big, don't mess with me, to a bear, it goes, alright, cool, I guess I won't fight you. Seems like a bad idea. But if you do that to a boar, they go, oh, we're gonna wrestle, and they will win. They will win every time. Bears will leave you alone, boars will gore you. Exactly. Like, that's the thing. Everyone's all like, aren't you scared of the bears? I'm like, no, we have black bears here. They're big, but they will usually leave you alone as long as you leave them alone. And everyone's all like, oh, but what about grizzlies? I'm like, we don't have grizzlies here. We are incredibly lucky that there are no grizzlies on this island. I don't have to deal with them. Those guys stay far away from me. It's great. I don't have to deal with them. And they're all like, what about polar bears? And I go, what the hell are you talking about? We're basically in Seattle. What polar bears do you see? And they go, oh, what about moose? And I go, wrong island. There are moose around here. They are seafaring. They do, like, swim to other islands. Not my island. I am so lucky there are no moose on my island, because they are big and they are scary. And they're, like, no joke, the size of cars. And they will take out your car. But I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to deal with the big scary moose. I only have to deal with deer, who are generally pretty good about getting out of the road, and bears who desperately want to knock over my trash can. It's the highest level of civilian gun ownership in all of Asia, second only to the United States. Honestly, I'm impressed. Now, I have to say, is civilian gun ownership, is that determined by, like, per person, or is it determined by something else? Or is it determined by total number of guns in the country? Moose is the most common where I am. They will mess you with them. Yes, they will. Again, I'm incredibly glad I do not live in moose country. Because moose are scary. And God, you can hit one with your car, and the moose will be fine, and you will be dead because your car. Per person. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. Because, like, honestly, if they had per number of guns, I would be even more impressed, because I know the US has a lot of guns, so if they had a lot of guns, that'd be a lot of guns. Carrying a gun or knife is kind of tradition. Just get mad, then you gotta run. Yeah. I mean, that's not dissimilar to here, honestly. Most people, if you ask if they have a knife on them, they will have a knife on them that you can use. But less people will carry a gun. Just like day-to-day life. Moose with a knife or gun, you're toast. Right? Man, you got a moose by themselves, bad news. You got a moose with a gun, you're just gone. You're dead. Vaporized. Okay, 10 minutes. I can do 10 minutes. I can do 10 minutes. I'm so close to the end, guys. I'm so close. I can do this. I can do it. 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 Moosezilla. On the next break, I need to remember to make Mars's food. I didn't do it today. Or I haven't done it yet. I usually do it before stream, I just totally forgot today. Oh, hello, Marsy. My sweet Mars. You know, everyone gives you nicknames, and I'm all like, maybe I should give you a nickname. And then I'm like, nah, you're Mars. You're my Marsy. Although I suppose my nickname for you is probably Pretty Girl. Because you are. You're a pretty girl. Do you see how I tried to log in and she teleported here? Of Ubi? Yeah, I've heard of Ubi. I've had it before too, just not terribly often. My favorite is there's a place near my work called Ming and Jing's, and they occasionally make like this little like Ubi oatmeal cake thing. It's delicious. But I really want to try Ubi ice cream one of these days. And I need to not eat a bunch of snacks because I'm gonna have ice cream after stream. And if I get too distracted and eat snacks, then I should not eat ice cream. I'm so close. I'm so close. I really have there's a huge Filipino community here in town, and there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, we'll just make it. And like the pork belly stuff, it's so good. Pancit and lumpia will always have my heart though, because my god, it's always good. Do you guys see this? Do you see how she's actively preventing me from working on this? Baby girl, if I knew where your papoose was, I would put you in it, but I can't right now, because I have to write. Sick? I'm not sure. Let me Google that and see if that's what it was. Excuse you, ma'am. Yes! seasick. Yes, it's so good. And reminds me vaguely of this, God, I can't remember what it is, but it's like this breaded structure that's got a bunch of eggs and meat in it. It's so good. And I was obsessed with it for a little while. I don't remember what it was. Don't drink my water. You have your own water. I know you do. Yeah. I've always been curious if the earth here would be good for it, because like I read a paper forever ago about how a lot of the stone formations for here in the Philippines were made like had once been the same, and even though it's much colder here, I'd always wondered if it would grow here if it was warm enough. My girl, what is... why? Yeah, I bet, honestly. God, now I kind of want ube. Girl, what? Do not. Look, it is 2.5 minutes. Do not drink my water. What is... Why are you choosing violence? I'd have to have the same... Okay. I mean, we're pretty close. Oh, thanks for having me hydrate after the cat tries to hydrate. Hydrate, don't hydrate. Look, I've hydrated. I'm hydrating. We have reached hydration station. I'm actually almost out of my water. I should probably refill it when I go make Mars's food. We're almost at the end. We're almost at the end. I mean, not a bad idea. Potatoes originally came from South America, though, so we might need to ask them how they did it. Okay, that is time. I'm going to go feed Mars and refill my water, and I will be right back. Look, I'm gonna make you food. I can't believe you didn't eat, like, any of this, Mars. That's ridiculous. What's not strong? I got myself some cookies. I got Mars, her food, and then I have met the sudden realization that, oh my god, I have to pee. So I will be right back after I do that. Okay, I have returned. Victorious. Also, so my folks were at the grocery store and my mom sent me a picture and like all of the ice creams at the store were like half off. I assume because heat wave. So she was like, okay, what do you want? And she sent me a bunch of pictures of all of the ice creams. And one of them was called Caramel Caribou. Which, other than the name being slightly ridiculous, sounds incredibly Alaskan. So, of course, I had to have her get that one so I could try it later. Like, I'm sure it's gonna be delicious. I mean, granted, our heat wave is like 70 degrees, but it still feels so hot. Very. It is so humid. It's so gross. Girl, why do you have to drag your dinner out of your bowl to murder it? That's pretty cool. I have no idea if I've ever seen one of those, but it's cool to know that. Mars, what are you hunting? I see you hunting something over there. I don't think I've ever seen one in real life, but I've definitely seen them before. And we back from outer space. And we're back from outer space. Why are you posting Santa? It's July! Doing posting Santa. It's the wrong time of year for him. He's gonna be sleepy. Probably wants to spend time with Mrs. Claus. I mean, I don't own any guns. I own 0 guns. I own a lot of knives. I own multiple swords. I own several hatchets. I do not own any guns. I also don't go hunting. The only thing I'm willing to kill is a fish. Mostly because most of the time, by the time I see them, they're already on their way out. I do not feel comfortable killing deer or anything bigger than a fish. So, I'm sure other people have them, but I do not personally own any guns. Now, in case someone wants to rob me, I want you to know I do literally have a throwing axe by the side of my bed. If you break into my house, I will have to murder you. And that's just straight truth. But I do not own any guns. I also have multiple, throwing stars and throwing daggers and things intended for short distance and long distance, being yeeted at you with high speeds and will be painful. But yeah. Again with the Santa. He's probably tired. Let that poor man sleep. But yeah, I guess the only people who get my rant are going to be the peeps who were there in the handful of minutes before it broke again. When in doubt, blame a Chinese spy balloon. I mean, in all honesty, it is probably just that my computer is very old and is tired of being put through its paces. Girl, your food is over here. Why do you do this? Alright. This broke it last time. Let's see if it breaks it again. I have a replica one. I have one I made. And I have one that is it's a bloody S word. Shaper. It's a saber. I did genuinely have to do the Sean Connery bit to remember that it was called a saber, but I do have one of those. And sadly, I do not have them all displayed as coolly as I would like to have them displayed, because I'm technically still in the process of moving stuff around. But I do have them. And if I knew where they were right now, I'd happily show them off. But yeah, I totally feel ya on the anything bigger than a fish, any mammal. Like, I can't do it. When I was a kid, a friend's mom was talking about how they were butchering a deer, and her little one was like, the kid wanted to eat the deer's heart, and I was like, why are we laughing about this? That's horrifying. And then Game of Thrones came out like a year or two later, and I was like, she was just ahead of the trend. I mean, you can definitely prep a hard to cook. I would not normally, just because like fish hearts. But like, this child wanted to eat the heart raw. It's horrifying. I used to do archery. I'm halfway decent at it, but I haven't done it in ages. Like, not since high school. But I think it's so cool. I'd love to be able to, like, practice doing it again. I was halfway decent there for a while. The school had a archery club, but the teacher who ran the archery club was kind of a douchebag. So even though I was halfway decent, I was like, you know what? This is not the space for me. And I left. I have never had the chance to use a crossbow, and the only gun I've ever shot is a shotgun when I went skeet shooting with my grandpa once. Oh, jeez. I assume Carl was at fault, but, like, jeez. Man, I swear I get half deaf from, like, the fireworks from over 200 feet away. I don't know how you still have your hearing at all from being right next to it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I have 5 minutes left in this sprint. I'm going to do as much as I can because I keep getting distracted. Jesus Christ. No, I'm still alive. I think. Nothing showing on my end is being closed. Yeah, no, all of my stuff is showing as live. I think it was just you this time. Which on one hand, just like, whew. On the other hand, just like, uh-oh. Dang, I ate all my cookies. So sad. Man, I'm so excited to not have to go to work tomorrow. I can rest. I can sleep in. I cannot do anything. I will probably use the time to clean. But I don't have to. I don't have to do anything. Could probably get away with laying in bed and reading fanfiction all day. It will be so nice. Yeah, that's true. Although, to be honest, I'm very much so camp. Just drag all of the pets into bed with you and just mountain up blankets and call it a night. Certainly a kind of way. Oh shit, did I close out the timer? What happened? What'd I do? Okay, thank God. I mean, I'm definitely not out here building igloos. Not that I'd need one right now, but I bet it would be nice. It'd be cool. Just rub yourself against the snow. I bet it'd be nice. No, you know what I should do? What I should do tomorrow is I should go swimming. I don't have anywhere to be. I don't have anything to do. I can hop in the sauna for a few minutes and then dive into some nice cold water. That would be so lovely. It really does. It would be so nice. I haven't gone swimming in ages, but I finally re-upped my rec pass, so it'd be the perfect time to do it. Also, we're on break, just in case, I forgot to say it, because I totally did forget to say it. It would be so nice. Sweat off all of the grossness, too, that I'm feeling. God, I love swimming. It's so nice. You know, swimming's actually one of the best exercises you can do for your body, too. Likes the streams during heat wave. That is very good point. I will say there's a waterfall that is all runoff from the snow caps, a little bit south of town, and that's where I was thinking of going swimming, but that is a good point to consider. There's many, many diseases all over the place. Just use nose plugs and goggles and you should be safe-ish. I do use goggles, but that's just because I like being able to see while I'm swimming. I don't think I've ever used nose plugs while swimming. I don't even know where I would buy those. Other than like Amazon. Also, just to completely detract from my earlier writing, I'm really enjoying Art Fight, and I'm a little behind on the schedule I set for myself. But, like, I don't think I have a local dive shop. I don't think there's one near me. Oh, look at that. There is a dive shop. Where is that? Oh, I know where that's at. It's right next to a pot shop. That makes so much sense. No, there's a dive shop. There's a dive shop. I didn't know it was a dive shop. I always thought it was like a boat supply store or something. That makes sense. Yeah, this entire island is basically in the ocean. Man, they've been open for 29 years now. That's so cool. Stay home and visit strange new world. Planet Ocean. Huh. You can learn to scuba dive. That's cool. It is. I didn't know it was a dive shop. I learn new things every day. I will admit that learning how to scuba is definitely something that's been on my list. But I would like to lose a little bit of weight first, just so it's easier to fit into a wetsuit. For sure. I do appreciate that they have all of their staff photos are them scuba diving. That is amazing. Back to the chicken and the egg. We're always back to the chicken and the egg. Oh shit, I'm not on time. I'm supposed to be writing! Okay, and this is the last sprint of the evening. You can get employed as an underwater welder. I have actually researched being an underwater welder before. A couple of the guys who come to my game store do it, and they make ridiculous amounts of money. And they also do sea cucumber diving during the winter, and I have to say they make mad money doing that too. And I'm like, that is super cool career path. You are both ex-Navy SEALs. I'm good. Although honestly, I'd just be happy getting to just swim. You know? Oh, I have to say something that has definitely kept me away from getting my, like, scuba anything. Oh yeah, I definitely considered it. Hello, good morning. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good noon. Welcome. Hope you're having a good day so far. We're talking about scuba diving and how I think it's hilarious that the one dive shop in my area, all of the photos of everyone they have on staff is all taken underwater. So, like, they're all in their diving suits and diving setups. Sir, Mr. Moth, you should not be in here. This is indoors. Oh, that's so sad. It is so sad, I won't lie. Also, I have once again spent today thinking about doing, like, a mail club. Like do fantasy short or sci-fi short stories. I totally understood what you meant, though, so thank you for the correction, but I got it. I feel it. Yeah, I'm thinking I want to do a snail mail club. I think it would be fun. And honestly, it would be within financial reason for me to start. Like, I think I'm going to hold off for a bit and, like, maybe set up a site or something for people to sign up at, and then officially start it in, like, January. But it could be fun. And honestly, postage, like, United States postage is really cheap. Like, the U.S. Postal Service is really cheap. Like, I can ship a letter just about anywhere in the world for less than $2. It's great. But I think it would be fun to do, like, a sci-fi themed one, and, like, make little planet stickers for it. And really, I'm noticing I'm leaning super hard into the sci-fi, like, brand, and I've written, like, no sci-fi. Carrier pigeons are doing well. That is so true. I can definitely find regular pigeons, but I don't know where you'd find a carrier pigeon these days. I like sci-fi. I think it'd be fun. I do definitely have a love and passion for sci-fi, and I feel like I've got a lot of ideas for, like, sci-fi projects that occur in the same universe and different universes, and some that are super advanced science and some that are, like, slightly more advanced than we are right now. I actually love sci-fi just as a genre. It's just, weirdly enough, I keep not writing sci-fi. I've, like, hey Ellen, what are you working on? A horror novel. What do you mean to be working on? Sci-fi. Hey Ellen, what are you working on? Oh, a romance novel. Do you usually write romance? No, I'm writing zombie apocalypse over here. If I am not explaining myself well, I will fully admit it. So I like to brand myself as mostly writing horror, and somehow I'm mostly writing romance. just need to control where they roost to determine if they can be used as litter birds. Yeah, no, I love sci-fi in general, and I have a lot of ideas for various sci-fi projects. I just haven't been putting my focus into writing them. But if I do a sci-fi themed snail mail group, snail mail society, you know, I could probably do I could probably consistently write sci-fi short stories, or work on a overarching sci-fi story to mail out. I think it'd be fun. But I am going to wait a little bit, at least until I finish this book for realsies, which I'm actively not working on right now. And maybe brand myself AF writing magic, and after setting that, I too sort of romance. I feel it! I feel it so hard. I'm like, I'm gonna write horror, I'm gonna write zombie apocalypses, I'm gonna write sci-fi, and what do I have? I have not one, but 2 paranormal romance projects, one of which is already done. One of which is a high fantasy romance. Did I set out to write romance? No, I said I was gonna write scary stuff. And then what do I get? No. I get all of the romance. That is what I'm priding myself for, is, you know, I'm grumping, I'm groaning, I'm pushing my way through, but at the end of the day, I'm getting progress done, and that's really what's important. And I've also always been a big fan of, if you get 5% done on 5 projects, then at least you got 5% done on each of those projects, and 25% done total, versus if you push yourself super hard on one project and you only get 5% done, but you work on nothing else, it's not as good. And then I continue to press myself on one project instead of working on multiple projects. Finished the Sherlock Pistache. No magic again. I feel it. Started off working on horror, and now I'm writing a political fantasy thriller. Mood. That's why I always like keeping track of the idea as it grows, keeping notes of the original idea and what I end up cutting out and what I end up changing as I go. Because it's always so fascinating to me, because I'll start with a very strong idea of what I want to do. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I will start off with a very strong idea of what I want to do, and then by the time I'm done, it's something completely different, but I won't have realized how much it's changed over the process until I compare the finished piece. It's the second moth. Until I've compared the finished piece to the original idea. But yeah, tell us, oh good un-American cheeseburger, what is your political fantasy thriller? What do they have on? That's a third moth. Where are you guys all coming from? Been attacked. Do not come back in here. What? You've flown further in. I'm under siege by moths. Nope. Do not go further in here. Rude. Whatever. The more I try to get them out, the further into the room they get, so I'm just giving up. Maybe they'll leave on their own later. Okay, I got 15 minutes I can focus. 13 minutes I can focus on this. But that's also part of why I didn't, originally brand myself as, writing a specific thing, because I did think about it. But I figured just Elwyn Wrights perfectly captured my main goal, which is writing, and then I branched out to drawing instead of just writing. It's about a city at the edge of the world slowly going through through political intrigue and infighting kind of based off colonial revolutions in South America and Asia. That's cool. How's it treating you? Like, how do you feel about it as you're going? What kind of political structure is it? Or is it a completely new one that you come up with for this? I'm just curious. I've always, like, it's so interesting to see how different political structures are set up. And how many are, like, practical versus, less practical. Good in theory versus bad in practice. Or bad in theory, but good in practice. Not so much by the common symptoms that plague most former Spanish. Oh, yeah. Corruption is 100% the downfall of the vast majority of societies. People get too rich and they don't want to pay taxes anymore. They don't want to pay for things anymore at all. And they go, no, I am good without. And you go, but please, we need it. And they go, no, suffer. And now there's a moth on my ceiling. God, there's so much moths. Also, Fidget, I love your little outfit. It is so cute. Let me see if I can scooch a little closer. Card system, half monarchy, half democratic. Nice. Look at you got a little tail, you got like, I know it's probably supposed to be like cow, but it kind of, like, my brain is telling me Stegosaurus, or not Stegosaurus, Triceratops, which is also very cute, and the bow is adorable. You got a little drink! It's so cute. Oh yeah, technology level is super important too. Man, your pinky nails must be crazy long to hit it on accident. Century guns, engines, electricity, but still oil lamps and candles. It's a good time to set a story. Is it no planes, but definitely trains and automobiles? I've got a story set around that time period as well, which I've called The Merchant's Widow, which yet again is not sci-fi, technically fantasy, but it's a woman traveling the Wild West, trying to figure out what happened to her husband, because she keeps getting telegrams about him being found dead in different places. And she's just trying to either find her husband or find out what happened to him. Powered rail lines, steamships, but no cars. Yeah, that's fair. I was in a Wild West D&D campaign, Deadlands, and we once had a D&D session completely derailed by one of the players wanting to figure out how much silk he would need to make a dirigible. Well, thank you. I can't remember exactly what my plan was to finish it. But the part of the idea is that her husband was a like famous merchant, and he traveled to California to like establish himself there. And then it like it is fantasy, part fantasy. So like she'd gone to, or he'd gone west, and he was gonna bring her with him or come back eventually, but he never did. And then she just starts receiving a whole bunch of telegrams, and being a woman at the time, she was not allowed to take over her husband's stuff, because what company wants a woman running it? And then because they keep getting more and more telegrams, they're like, oh, he's dead. They basically freeze her ability to like use any of the household money, any of the like money that she should be receiving as his wife from the company, and a whole bunch of other things. So she's basically big, beautiful house, destitute. Like the staff are paid, and that's about it. She has no money for like any of the societal standards she's supposed to be maintaining. Exactly. She has no, like, she has her mourning clothes, and that's it, because she's not supposed to wear any other clothes until either her husband's found dead or found alive, or until the mourning period is over. But she also just can't buy new clothes because all of her funds have been frozen. And they keep receiving these telegrams. And so she's traveling the West trying to find out what happened to him. And then my original idea was that the husband had functionally been kidnapped by a cult who had killed him and had placed a demon in his body, and the demon was controlling his body. And then through the power of love and this gun she found, she manages to kill the demon. And I'm not sure what, if she actually does kill it, or if it's just, like, temporary, or if she gets her husband back, or if he's actually dead, or any of that. But I do just really love the idea of her actually defeating the demon with, like, exactly, it's someone she potentially loves because it was an arranged marriage. And his wedding gift to her were a set of mother of pearl handled revolvers. So she's literally carrying this thing that is like the only item of real wealth that she is able to take with her, that is literally a symbol of his devotion to her as she tries to find out what happens to him, and then has to confront the thing wearing his body. Exactly. Like, that's the goal. Is it was supposed to be a gift that was like him symbolizing that, you know, she would always be protected with him, and then everything happens. But yeah, it was just, it's such an interesting idea to me. Actually, I can pull up. No, I can't. It's such an interesting idea to me, but like the worst part about the whole idea is that at one point I did actually write down the outline and some ideas and like themes I wanted to follow through on, like in a physical notebook, and then I was in a car accident, and the car ended up getting taken to be crushed before I could like go through it and pull the stuff out, and the notebook was in the car. So that entire outline just got yoinked. Cousin proposed to his wife with a sword. I bet with this so hard. That's cool. I always loved the idea of like getting proposed to with like a sword or a weapon of some kind. But yeah, I love the idea of having the title of the book be like The Merchant's Widow. And then throughout the book, she refers to herself as the widow or the merchant's widow. And it isn't until, like, the end of the book when she's, you know, either killed her husband or got her husband back, or at least killed the demon or whatever, that she actually refers to herself by her name again. I just think that would be cool, you know? It'd be so fun. And terrible. And amazing. And I've completely wasted this sprint too. Actually, I can probably pull up. I don't even remember what this one was. Oh yeah, that was the one someone did for her. Yeah, till death do we part. Exactly. Where did I put it? Where did I put her? So I actually made her as a character in Art Fight, so people might potentially make art of her. Also, behold all of my characters. I got the dumb vampire boys, I got my sci-fi kids, I got the main character of this novel, of the project I'm currently working on. I've got these two lovebirds. I've got my current zombie apocalypse group. I've got these two lovebirds. I got these two lovebirds. These four are all paranormal romance. These are the Love is Dead podcast, and these two are paranormal radio. These six are my fantasy isekai group. This is my main boy right here. He's the one telling the story. And I can't wait to start on the webcomic so I can do, like, more stuff. Did you do your art? I did some art. And then this is the widow. This is what she normally... So, I used a Picru maker to make this. Ooh, I love a good short story. And a good horror short story. So they didn't have the thing I wanted, which was the hat, but, like, the veil going all the way around so you can't see her face at all, so I did my best by covering up her face. But my idea is that she... Show me her face. I can't show you. I feel like it's so tiny you can't really see it. This art I did not do. This art is all Picru. Or most of this art is Picru. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. So this stuff was all Picru on the same Picru maker by Potato Lord. These two were a different Picru maker. I can't remember. These six, I hired my cousin, who is an amazing artist, to do I commissioned her to do the art for me. Because, you know, she's an amazing artist and I want to support her and her stuff. You can see the black lipstick. Okay, good. Can I can't pull up the stuff. Oh, I have an idea. I'm gonna try something. What if I make it just a little wider? If I make it a little wider, does that change? Nope, that changed nothing. Just made it wider. Okay, so this is what she looks like underneath, you know, tears to represent the fact that she's crying. I like the idea of her doing just like a little bit of makeup for herself, but not like a ton. And, you know, black clothes because she's in mourning. Her normal outfit would be her with the hat and the traditional mourning garb where you cannot see her at all. Or her face at all, and you really can't see much of what... No, don't freeze now. Son of a bitch. Are we still live? Man, I can't tell. Mrs. Sally Hawthorne? What? I can't tell. Okay, we're on the break, so I'm gonna close this out. Oh. Let's see if this helps at all. Who is Sally Hawthorne? Okay. We may or may not still be live. I really can't tell anymore. I'm going to assume we are, though, and I'm going to keep talking. Okay. But yeah, so she has her face covered all the time. So you can't see her. She's in the full mourning garb all the time. And then this is my... Okay, good. Yay, I'm live! Just joking. Yeah, and then this is my idea for her, like, pre everything going wrong. So she's like, she looks cute and sweet and, like, in love. And she actually lets her hair down. And she definitely is wearing her husband's shirt right there, but, you know, we're not talking about that. So the pick room maker I used was, like, a witch one. Because that was the only one, like, one of the handful that had hats or anything that covered her eyes. So this is actually... I can't believe it's working right now. This is ridiculous. So these are just like her under eyelashes. They're not supposed to be anything else. Just like eyelashes. But I could not control a lot of it. Oh, so I can literally only look at these two. That's hilarious. Okay. But yeah, so when she is under her hat, she's got the dark lipstick, dark hair, dark all of that, and then she got her loose flowing hair and light colored lipstick, and she looks like spring and happiness. And like the original idea was her marriage to her husband was like, maybe, see if I mean, I can't. Okay, it's not the best, but I'm at least zoomed in. Kinda. She's a little fuzzy, but it kind of worked. But yeah, so my thought is her hair is always in a braid. She's always got it pulled back. You know, she doesn't really have time for all of the care that she usually puts into her appearance. So instead, you know, hair's pulled back in braid, a little bit of lipstick, we're good enough. But yeah, the idea is that arranged marriage, her father set it up as a profitable business deal for him. Like, her backstory is a little bit like, she is definitely not the favored spouse's kid. She's like the person that the father slept with. Her mother is the person the father slept with when his wife was dying, and it was like, oh my god, I can't believe you married someone like 3 days after your wife died. What is wrong with you? Oh, and she's 6 months pregnant. So he was all like, I know, I will marry her off into a profitable, for me, business deal, and then, you know, I can pretend it was a good idea. And that was the plan all along. But his daughter's actually smart and able to deal with things and is not maybe the most happy about being married, but her husband's a decent dude and she likes him. And he genuinely cares about her and he's very excited about her, you know, marrying her, which is why he gives her the guns. You know, a little bit, you know, I'll always love and cherish and protect you, and a little bit, you know, and if I don't, you can shoot me. But yeah, so this is the widow, and I just like the idea of her, like, taking control of the company by force once she actually proves her husband's dead or something. Yeah, she's the only one who actually has, like, active approval for, like, wump and gore, because she will get to some gunfights and such sooner or later. But yeah. I love her. I love the... I've never really done it before, but I love the idea of using pick crews to, like, help bring characters to life, at least temporarily. None of these are quite what I want the characters to look like, but they're close. Also, these two are siblings. I love them. Back and breathe. women had more power than most men in the tribes. They could marry and divorce at will and own property and businesses. Which is awesome for them. Was not, the norm in, industrial age North America. But also, one of my plans for next year is I do plan to go through and redraw all of my characters myself for how I want them to look like. But that will be for next year's art fight, not this year's. But also, we're well past the end of stream, so we are going to move to the end of the stream. Hopefully that changes pages correctly instead of just breaking my computer. And then I will do my closing spiel. So, I don't think anyone has followed in the last... Sun into that headlight. Yeah. Okay, I don't think anyone has followed in the last 24 hours who doesn't already have a star. So, now my lovely stars, all of you lovely peeps, thank you for joining me tonight. Thanks for sticking around even with the various attempts at breaking. And for sticking around for all of my stories. I super, super appreciate having peeps to hang around with and to chat with during my streams. And even if I feel like I did not get a ton done today, I did get some done today. Let's see, I started off at like 17,164, I think. Oh. 17,164. Not quite 1,000 words, but better than zeros. No last questions about military history tonight, but that's definitely something I will ask more about once I've had time to research stuff and figure out where my zones of lack of knowledge are. Just a reminder to anyone who wasn't here at the beginning of stream, I am on Patreon, Ellen Bimler. I've got something there every single month, usually more often than that actually, and I'm after August I will be starting a weekly short story to my Patreon. I have a YouTube, I have two YouTubes. All of the VODs go to Elowen Writes VODs, and then I'm going to be putting more videos and different videos on just Elowen Writes. All of my books are available on Amazon, so I've got 4 books. If you're at all interested in any of them, please go check them out. If you're interested in joining the Discord and seeing what we chat about there, you should definitely join it. Tomorrow will be Games with Tabby. We are continuing our Resident Evil run. Wednesday will be multiplayer games. We'll see what we end up playing. Thursday will be art. And we will work from there, huh? Alright, I can't wait to hear what all of you guys are working on next time. I hope you all have a lovely evening. We are going to raid... Yeah, Raishiwi, he's live. And it looks like he's playing Star Wars, and I guess listening to a Superman radio play. That sounds like fun. So I hope you all have a lovely evening. And yeah. Nighty night, y'all.